about to let y'all know how we rep the Cowboys out here in the DMV.
What up, Cowboys Nation? It's your boy DMV back with another one. Good morning. And I decided I wanted to do this video after a great session yesterday with Mark Holmes, Vaj, Michael Anthony Fitness, and E2 Blue. And I wanted to go ahead and put this out there. Over the weekend, you guys know that we signed safety George Iloka. And for those that have heard me over the last couple of days, I'm not too excited about it. And I'm going to explain why. But I'm one of those guys that likes to watch film. I like to digest exactly the news that I'm going to get. I'm not going to be the type that's going to be out there on the news beat. I'm going to jump out there and get the story out there. I like to digest exactly what it is that we have received. I like to get all of the information for the most part on what we're actually bringing in here, even though because we did sign in black and white. So I want to make sure that we're getting exactly what it is they're trying to sell. So let me tell you exactly the 5 reasons why I'm not too wild about this, all right? So I went ahead and did some research, and I looked at the last 2 places that he's been, which is in the last 2 years has been Cincinnati and it's been Minnesota. And if you look at how those places ended, it ended up with him being benched for a younger player. So that's a red flag for me, because I feel that we're in a position right now where we're looking for a younger player to come in and upgrade what we're trying to do. So does it make sense to go ahead and get the type of guy that we're trying to replace? I'm not sure if that makes a lot of sense to me. And this is the perfect segue to my number 2, where I actually did some research on the Minnesota Vikings situation, right? So he was actually brought in on a 1-year prove-it deal with familiar coach Mike Zimmer. And so when my man Andrew Sendejo, us Cowboy faithful are familiar with who Andrew Sendejo is, but when Andrew Sendejo went down after 5 games to a season-ending injury, guess who they tapped up to be his replacement? George Iloka. Cool. So when George went up in there, they only needed to see 3 games before they decided that Anthony Harris was better for them. So on a 1-year prove-it deal, you got benched. Anthony Harris came in, and you only seen a combined 11 snaps after that. Again, another red flag. And when I went ahead and looked and did some research, my man Law Nation did a video on him. I know my man Vaj did in-depth video on him. When I went ahead and looked at the tape, it was just okay. And, you know, the things that we actually want out of our safeties are guys that can kind of play in space. Yes, we want a strong safety that can come down, but we want a guy that can be a little bit more interchangeable, that could do various things. And what I really saw out of him was he allows receivers to kind of eat up that cushion when he's at the safety position. Also seen a couple of bad angles and stuff of that nature. So I wasn't too sold on the tape by itself. And then when you look at the 3 safeties they brought in, Gathers, Eric Berry, and him, he was easily the weakest of the 3. And while I'm on that note of being interchangeable, when you look at his tape, it's clear that he would rather, or is a little bit more comfortable playing down a little bit inside the box, making tackles and plays up there. But with what we need and what we, I guess, have a weakness at, what I look at is having a guy that's interchangeable, where the offense can't dictate to us. Now, I know a lot of fans like to look back at that Rams game and see where we went wrong. And if you look at where we went wrong in that game, we allowed the Rams to dictate to us what they wanted to do, where they wanted to get our guys where they're weakest and where they wanted to take advantage of the situation. And what I think with George Iloka, I think that if he is your starting safety, if he is the guy to beat out Jeff Heath, if we did find our safety, as some of these headlines say, teams will be able to dictate to us what they want a little bit more. So I kind of fear that, because I don't believe that if he's in space, I don't really trust it as much as I would trust Jeff Heath. And make no mistake, I'm not a Jeff Heath fan at all. As a matter of fact, I'm just like all other fans as it goes. I believe that we need to upgrade Jeff Heath. Now, I know Vaj loves Jeff Heath. I believe he does or whatnot. I mean, he might not love Jeff Heath, but I don't love Jeff Heath. And I do think that there's room to upgrade that position. But if we're going to go ahead and upgrade that position, make sure that it's a clear upgrade. See, make no mistake, a guy like Jeff Heath is very important to your team, because he's a guy that buys in. He'll be there in case you need him. But if I don't have a guy that can clearly beat him out, there's no point in signing a veteran. And that's kind of how I feel right now. Now, maybe they signed him because they want teams to think that they're not going to go ahead and get a safety, but they're going to get a safety. But again, that's still kind of a waste of a signing, because we were a top 10 defense with this safety tandem as it is. So with being the top 10 defense, we still have the luxury of bringing in somebody on top of what we're doing that's a young guy. See, I'm not sure that if I don't believe that he can beat out Heath, what's the point of having him? And it's a 1-year proven deal. Maybe it's insurance. I'm not sure, but these are my top 5 reasons as to why I don't like the signing. And go ahead, guys, in the comment section, let me know why I'm wrong, why you agree with me or whatnot, because I agree, I believe that, us talking and us Cowboys fans talking and having that dialogue makes us better fans for the future. And what I would tell you guys is, if you don't believe me, go ahead and watch film for yourself, or go ahead and go to Law Nation and watch his video, or go ahead and watch my bro Bosh do his take on him. Now, I'm just going to tell you, Bosh is a lot more outspoken on this subject than I am. As a matter of fact, he has clips to prove why he doesn't like it as much. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell each time I come out with content. All right, peace.